Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. If you didn't know, I sent out a link for Chrome Music Lab, and today I'll kind of show you how to work with the Songmaker. So once you bring up the Songmaker, you have different icons down here, marimba and electronic. These go with what your sounds are going to be. So with the marimba, it'll be our melody sounds, which will go up here, and our electronic will be our drum sounds that go right here. With all this space up here, it may be kind of confusing on what we're supposed to do with it. If you left click, you'll put a sound down, and if you left click again, you'll take the sound away. But the only sounds that we're going to work with today are going to be me, so, la. And if you come up here as well, it'll also be me, so, and la, just an octave higher. Something to keep in mind is each two squares is a TT, so TT. And if you want to make a ta, you just put one sound down instead of putting two. So if we want to make rain, rain go away, we would put, oh, not that one. And if we listen to what we have so far, it would sound like, which gives you the beginning of rain, rain go away. So now that I have all of my melody filled in with the rain, rain go away, I want to give you guys a listen to it. I can find my cursor. And if you let it continue playing, it'll just keep playing the same thing over and over and over. But to me, that sounds a little bit too fast. So we're going to come down to the tempo where it says 120 on it, and we're going to drag it down to about 95. Boom. Now let's give it a listen. To me, that sounds how we sing it, or how fast we would sing it, so it's something better to work with on that. The next part what we're going to talk about is the drums, though. So to start out with the drums, when you use the bottom one, it's going to be the bass sound, so kind of like a thud, like the bass, and then the top one's going to be a clap, or like a snare hit. So something I like to do is to keep it with a steady beat, put one on each of the first big circles. If you can see, there's big and then it's tiny, put it on the big circle. So now that you have all your steady beats in with the bass drum, let's give it a listen. So now we're starting to add more things to it, but I think another thing that we can do to make it a little bit more spicy, if you will, is to add the clap sound on every other one. So not starting on the first one, but starting on the second one, then skipping the third, going to the fourth, skipping the fifth, going to the sixth, and so on all the way to the... So now that we've put in all of our drum sounds, this is what we have. Pretty cool, right? So something extra you can do to put final touches on your song is putting the melody line up above it, these squares up here, and it'll make it sound fuller. So let's give it a listen really quick. I left it out at the end so you could hear the difference between with the melody line on top and not being there. I personally like it being there, and it just makes it sound fuller. So with the sounds down here, you can actually change them just by clicking on them. So you have marimba, piano, strings, woodwind, and synth for our melody sounds, and then it goes back to marimba. For our drum sounds, we have electronic, blocks, kit, and conga, and then we go back to electronic. So when you're doing this, I would go around and mess around with the sounds a little bit to see which one you personally like the most.